Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. Welcome to your Maui Fix. Aloha Friday to you and your ohana. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I've been having some mic issues lately, but hopefully it'll be fine. Notice the amount of fog. It is crazy. You can almost hear it in my voice a little bit. Everyone is affected by the fog a little bit differently, but man, I can tell you, I can feel it. Just got done with a beautiful mountain biking session. It's a beautiful swell right now, but it has kind of too much west in it, so Molokai is perfectly blocking, so the waves were sort of not that great. But where am I coming to you at live today? Well, this is the beautiful Kahana Bay. Let's focus on what's left of that sunset real quick, and then we're going to talk about the shoreline erosion issue that I think is very interesting, and I'd love to have your feedback in the comments and what you think is going on. Again, welcome to Maui County. All right, here we go. Without any further ado, that's right, Kahana Bay right there. This is Sands of Kahana. That's the Valley Isle. We're going to talk about that point right there here in a minute as the water comes up pretty high right now, high tide. And a beautiful Maui Fix. We're looking out over the point, or the surf break, I should say, known as S-turns. Like I said, the direction's just a little too much west today, but I know Pipeline is going off right now. It just wasn't the right direction for Maui, but that's okay. We all got a little break because we've had swell after swell after swell this February, and it's just been epic. So we're very thankful for all the waves we've had. And before you know it, it'll be the lull of spring, and we won't have any waves, and we'll all be, our gills will be dry, and we'll just be hurting for surf. But man, lately it has been very, very good. Aloha Friday to you. That's what we say here on Maui when it gets to the end of the work week. I'm right next to Pahaku Park, or S-Turns Park, and you can't see it here, but there's a bunch of local kind brothers just hitting up the Heinekens and hanging out right up there around the corner. And I know this is a favorite spot for many of you, as I've done lives here over the years. I know Pahaku Park, S-Turns, is a very special place, as is Kahana Bay and Sands of Kahana, Royal Kahana, Valley Isle, and of course the Hololani. So what are we looking at right here? Let's just talk about this just for a little bit. I'm hoping, by the way, because of the fog. And what is fog? Well, fog is coming over from Kilauea when the Kona winds. The winds switch from the northeast to the southwest, and it blows over all the volcanic sulfur, whatever, dioxide. I don't know what it is. It just looks cool at sunset usually. But sometimes these sunsets can really blow up. So I'm hoping that might happen. But let's get to the topic at hand here, which is, of course, the shoreline erosion happening on the west side of Maui. So what's interesting about the west side of Maui versus, say, the North Shore or the South Shore, the west side of Maui picks up swell direction in the wintertime from the northwest, and then in the summertime, the swells come in from the south, right? Because that's when the southern hemisphere has their winters, and that's when the swells come from the south. So we have this surf activity happening from both directions, essentially. So that's pretty unique, right? If you're direct on north, you get a whole summer of relief from the surf. If you're direct south, then you get a whole winter of relief from the surf. But if you're west facing, then you get surf basically year round. And that causes a lot of shifting in the sands and a lot of shifting in high water marks, and can cause some erosion. Now, some at the University of Hawaii would say that it's climate change and that it's, the sea is rising and all that kind of good stuff, but they've proven empirically that it has risen very, very little over the last 100 years. Yet they have this prediction that over the next 25, 30 years, it's going to rise like 5 feet. And so now they're basing all of the county zoning and new zoning laws based on these incorrect predictions from a gentleman named Chip Fletcher. And Chip, along with a bunch of other activists, are trying to reclaim the beaches and shoreline of Hawaii from pre-discovery, right? They want to bring it back to the way it was pre-discovery. And what does that mean? In a nutshell, that means, excuse me, condo owner, We need you to please submit your retreat plan and where are you going to retreat your condo to, because it's no longer allowed to be right there. So you need to move it. And you think that's a joke? It's not. They have actually asked for condominium owners to submit their retreat plan. You need to retreat. You need to retreat. You need to move because the sea is coming. It's going to be underwater within 20 years. So right now, you need to remove your condo from its current location and move it somewhere else. Retreat. Retreat. Run. Run for the hills. I'm not kidding you, by the way. So, but it's not just that. But do you see these sandbags right here? Now, these sandbags were placed by a very reputable construction company and basically saved Valley Isle. That corner unit right there that you see that person standing by, the foundation was showing, literally. It was showing the foundation under that, right where that corner unit is. And so those sandbags were placed there as a temporary fix to save the building. That's right. And thankfully, sorry about the camera movement there. Thankfully, they're working. They're called Alco bags, and they're from Australia, and they work really, really well. They work really well, but they don't last forever. But guess what? They are banned right now. You are not allowed to put down a single sandbag again. Those are banned. You are not allowed to do any shoreline armoring, whether it would be soft or hard. Neither one of those is allowed. Can you believe that? So, what is going to happen? Just think about it logically. If the county is not going to allow private property owners to armor their shoreline, soft or hard, then eventually those sandbags are going to give, and eventually that foundation will be exposed again, and eventually it will be undermined, and eventually the building will be condemned, or worst case scenario, is we have what just happened down in South Kihei, and a building collapsed. Now that wasn't because the ocean came in, that was because the water came down from the mountains, but life and limb could be at risk because the government is not allowing us to protect the safety of the public because they're not allowing us to protect these buildings from this ocean right here. And it's not, I mean, it's rising right now because of the tide, but it's not because it's global warming and the sea is rising. If that was true, then why would Obama have put up one of the biggest seawalls on Oahu recently? It's true. It's a fact. If the sea was rising, then why is it basically in the exact same location, Front Street by Cheeseburger in Paradise, as it was 100 years ago? So it's not true. It's a narrative that they're basically trying to, that they are using. They're not trying, they are using it to prevent private property owners from protecting their property, but also protecting the public good, protecting the lives of those that come here and stay in these buildings. So that's just the truth. And I'll put a link in the description of this video when it's done posting. I'll put it in the comments as well. You can go directly to the update of this from the Maui County. So I just think it's time for AOAO presidents to hooey up. In Hawaii, that means to gather around, you know, and make a little gang, get together, do a class action lawsuit against the county. It's the only way they're going to listen. It's the only way they're going to fight these people. But I'm just telling you that Kahana Bay, for many, many years, they did what I call Tai Chi. What's Tai Chi? They Tai Chi'd them. They said, oh, let's do a study. Let's spend millions of dollars, and oh, you can maybe put some T-groins out in the bay, and you can redirect the sand, and we'll bring the sand back, and we'll do a study, and then we'll do another study, just like the condominium vacation rental ban study, which they're never going to do. So it's Tai Chi. They're Tai Chiing you. You get it? It's Tai Chi. It's Tai Chi. So you get like, you're a good law-abiding citizen. Oh, okay, well, we'll do the study. You want us to fill out the form? Or what else do you want us to do? Oh, we're nice people. We worked hard and earned our income and can afford a condo like this, and we're law-abiders. So whatever you want us to do, sir. In the meantime, their intentions are real simple. Get your condo off of our land. Now. If not now, let's put together a plan. It's real simple. It's such a simple plan. It's so simple. Let's not allow you to protect it from the ocean, which it needs protection, which it's always been, they've always been allowed to protect these condos over the years. Look at all the seawalls. Go to Google Earth and look at all the seawalls from Kapalua all the way down to Hanuakai, right? To North Kaanapali Beach. It's almost all seawalls, and they've all been protected. But now, they all are getting what's called sinkholes, and that's when the ocean comes and undermines the seawall and creates a sinkhole. There's dozens and dozens of sinkholes on West Maui right now. They're protected with, like, you know, these signs and plywood, and what if some kid falls into a sinkhole? I mean, God forbid. The rule is, if it's within 20 feet of a habitable structure, then they need to red flag it and they need to do something about it. But guess what? That's not happening. So who's responsible, you suppose? Is it the AOAO? Is it the county? Is it the government? If something bad happens to one of these condominiums and someone loses their life and one of them collapses, who's responsible? Is it the Tai Chi guy? Oh, I told you, brah, you need to move condo. I told you. That's more like Tony Montana, right? I told you, man. I told you one time, okay? I said Santario. Because my pigeon's not that good. But I'm telling you, they've told these people to move their condominiums to a new location. And they cannot put up a single sandbag as of right now. Soft armoring of the shoreline to protect your home or your condominium is not allowed. In the comments, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think we should do about it. And certainly, if you are an owner of a condominium here and you know your AOAO president, please have him reach out to me, Eric West, 808-298-2030, Hawaii's Best One at gmail.com, teamwestmaui.com. I've created a group called SOS, Save Oceanfront Structures. Real simple, SOS, Save Oceanfront Structures. And we're gonna hooey up, get organized, share notes, and show how the county is causing the harm of public good and putting the public in harm's way. As of right now, they're doing it. They've been doing it for years. So it's time to wake up, smell the seawater, get organized, because I'm telling you what, your government is not here to serve you. They are here to disenfranchise you. And they're doing a pretty damn good job thus far. But not anymore, right? It's a new day. We need to Doge Maui. Pound Doge Maui. Let's go. Someone needs to call Trump and say, get down here and Doge these people. It's time to end the hypocrisy and the conspiracy, because conspiracy truth, it's not conspiracy theory, it's conspiracy truth. End it. Let's just end it. Let's just bring it to a halt. Let's get these people some permits, let them rebuild. Let's redo Front Street the way it's supposed to be. It's a historic district. And let's get rid of Chip Fletcher over there at the University of Hawaii, because what he says, I'm sorry, is just not factual information, and it's being used to leverage property rights away from private citizens that worked hard and built these condominiums. Now, let me tell you what, this seawall here is a great example of how you can have a seawall and you can still have a beach at Kahana Beach right here. Look at this seawall. This is the one that the gentleman that built the seawall points out in the county meetings. He goes, well, geez, look at this. We have a seawall and we still have lots of beach. So whatever they did to construct this one is working real good. But let me tell you what, the Sands of Kahana is in trouble. Valley Isle is in trouble. Royal Kahana is in trouble. They're doomed, essentially, under the current plan. And so is most every oceanfront condo on Maui that has a seawall. The exception, of course, would be Hololani. Hololani just built a brand new seawall. It's a revetment, and it's very technologically advanced, and it should hold. It even has these Alco sandbags in front of it, which is necessary. Have a seawall with the Alco bags in front. But again, right now, you're not going to get a permit to do anything. Nothing. So that is your Maui fix. Thank you for letting me share it with you. If you found the video interesting, I'd love to share, shaka, subscribe. And again, if you have any questions about this particular issue, I'm just going to shoot it to you straight. I always will. Not every real estate agent on Maui is going to shoot you straight. I had the pleasure of knowing the gentleman that built most of the seawalls on West Maui. Been doing it for 30 plus years, so I'm getting my information from a really good source. Look at that little wave. Yeah, guy just caught a nice left. Man, that's where I should be, man. I should have been out there because, you know, there's not that much competition for this wave because it wasn't the right swell direction. But man, it's looking tight, right? Look at that, the unsurfed wave. Trippy. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Much aloha from the beautiful island of Maui. Don't forget to come. Book one of these units. They're still safe now. I checked. I've been walking up and down the coast, taking pictures, taking video. I think it's safe now, but it's just a matter of time. They're playing the long game, and it's time we wake up and smell the seaweed that's collecting at the foundation of our buildings and the seaweed that's collected inside of their brains because they don't work. Follow the money. Someone's paying for this false narrative. Surfrider, Kainashiki, who knows? Someone has got a plan to take away oceanfront condos on Maui, and they're doing it by not allowing them to armor the seawalls, soft or hard. And Kana Sunset is going to be the first building to go down. I hope it doesn't. But the Ali'i in Kaanapali has already been given notice. Please remove your building from the ocean. They just put in for a permit for the sidewalk. They said, nope, no sidewalk, please remove your building. Napili Sunset, same problems up there. I could list them all, it's crazy. There's at least a dozen buildings right now that are trying actively and have been trying for years to fix their seawalls, to get permits, to put in sandbags, and the county is like, So it's time to hooey up. All right, guys, till next time. Eric West, I'll have better vibes next time, but we gotta talk about this stuff, man. We gotta save Maui from these idiots. And we will.